Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. If this is your first time here, welcome to my beauty entertainment channel. Absolutely. So if you would like to follow me on social media, here is my Twitter and my Instagram. Go have fun, enjoy yourself on there. And while you're here, go check out some of my recent videos. Okay, let's see if I get this right because I am pre-filming, but I'm gonna get this right. So right before this, I would have posted an everything wrong with Modern Family. Then before that, I would posted a video talking about HBO Max's new show, Generation. There's that. And then before that, I would have posted, I did a live stream talking about like pre-med advice, med school application advice, and MCAT advice. So if you want to check that out, that's there as well. And so today today's like a TV show weekend. That's all the videos I'm filming for this week are about television shows. So today I wanted to share my thoughts on, because there's a lot of reboots out right now. I want to share my thoughts, and I didn't want to like make two separate videos because I'm like packing to move. I don't have time. So we're gonna do a hodgepodge and we're gonna talk about both of the reboots that I've watched recently. So today we're gonna talk about the iCarly reboot and the Gossip Girl reboot. Everyone has a lot of opinions. They're reboots, so of course everyone has a lot of opinions and very differing opinions. These are just mine. These are just mine. I am having fun watching both of these shows and I'm gonna tell you why, etc, etc, etc. So if something that you like, just keep on watching. Okay, the first show I'm gonna do is the iCarly reboot. So like I do with all my TV shows, I'm gonna do all the characters, my opinions on them, then general stuff at the end. So the first character that I want to talk about is Freddie. Freddie's still a bit of a pathetic person. It's okay, it's funny, it's on brand, and it's funny. I'm sorry. Them, like the iCarly gang in the future, they did a very good job at that, about where they would be. Because you're gonna look me in my eye and tell me Freddie wouldn't be here. Let's be honest. I loved him too. Let's be honest. Let's be honest about it. I really like how he's trying to gain respect and admiration from Millicent, because that absolutely should not like come right away. You have to earn that. Freddie seems to be going through it all of the time. So, you know, I don't know if Freddie's really doing okay. Don't really know if Freddie's doing okay, but we will see in the future. I like how I personally like how he has to earn her respect and like care, because you can't just get that from somebody. That would be just asking too much. They don't know, they're not brand new to each other, but kind of. It's a new dad. Calm off Millicent. Okay, so the next character I want to talk about is Millicent. I think Millicent is funny. I think she's cute. I think she's a smart girl. Let's have the conversation. She's very smart. I was trying to get one over on people, which I think is funny, and for the humor of iCarly really works. Again, I like her relationship with Freddie. I don't like how like a lot of, if you're in a new, like you have a new parent, a lot of people in a lot of shows would make it a point about how like bad the kid is for not like accepting the new parent automatically. Why would a kid do that? You're foreign to that, you're new to them. How is that realistic? So I like how they did that. I enjoy Millicent's characters. I don't follow iCarly news, but I know people are being racist to her. You guys are racist. You can't like Sam's character and then dislike Millicent. You can't want the snarky, the mean, you can't want that in her and then you can't do that. That's racist. Just so you know. But I'm sure people are being racist because Sam's not on the show anymore. But did you not hear the reason why? You guys are a little stupid. I'm not gonna lie, you guys are a little stupid. There's a reason. Use some critical thinking skills. All right. I know Millicent's character. Next character I want to talk about is Spencer. I think Spencer I think Spencer is exactly the same. I don't think he's literally changed at all. I think he's the exact same person, which I love, because Spencer is one of my favorite parts of I love the original iCarly. I watch it all the time. Spencer's one of my favorite characters in the original iCarly. So I'm glad that they didn't have him change. Now that he has money, he makes it funny, because he doesn't know what to do with this money. Even though they had money the whole time, their apartment is humongous, but now he has like money, his own money. I like how they make it humor. I like how they did that. They could have made him a little bit snobby. He is like an artist, but not all artists are snobs, but some of you guys are. I could have done that. They do that sometimes, but it doesn't even land. He can't even take himself seriously being a snooty bitch. And I like that because he wouldn't take himself seriously. It's Spencer. Come on now. Next character I want to talk about is, I'm going rapid speed. This reboot's only like 8 episodes long so far, I think. Next character I want to talk about is Harper. I love Harper. I love everything about her. I want to first discuss protective style representation. I'm going to talk about it every single time, but I talk about it in Blood and Water. I talk about it with Cell in the Spades. Protective hairstyle representation. Black women with box braids on television. It just makes me very, very happy. Me personally, as someone who wears box braids all the time, makes me very, very happy because there's nothing wrong with wigs or weaves or anything like that, but it's really rare to see black women with a natural protective style on screen, and having her like hairstyle like change every episode, the way the braids are done. Same thing with Millicent. I love that. And there are black people working behind this show. I know there are, because Francesca Ramsey, I used to watch her on YouTube. If you were a black girl in the 2010s, you probably watch her on YouTube as well. She worked behind the show. I really like that. Anyway, back to Harper as a character. I think she's very cool. I think she's incredibly chaotic, which makes for really good television, especially iCarly with how the humor is just hijinks and chaos. Really excellent adding to. I love how near campy the dramatics. I don't mind extreme dramatics. I am an incredibly dramatic person, so of course I don't mind extreme dramatics, of course. And Harper brings that to the show. She's constant, I don't know why my computer's overheating, constantly getting herself, you know, in messy situations, and it makes for good television. And she does it well, because it could be corny, and it is a little corny. Some of iCarly's humor is a little corny, but that's what makes it so good, guys, right? Last character is Carly. I don't dislike, I've never disliked, I like Carly, a main character that I like. Carly's funny though. That's why I feel like no, she doesn't get the same main character treatment as how a lot of people feel about main characters on other shows. You don't get that. A lot of people don't do that with Carly. I think Carly's funny. That's why. And Carly is really, this is something that is bad and good because of how the show goes. She's able to laugh at herself. They write her like that, and it helps because most of the jokes made are at Carly's expense. Like all of them are made at Carly's expense. So it's very good that she's able to laugh at herself because that's what the whole show is. Tragically, but that's what the whole show is. It's funny. I think Carly is funny. I think this is Carly in the future. That brings me to my point generally about the show. I think the iCarly reboot is amazing. I think it's amazing, and I think too, I don't watch a lot of, what reboots have I watched? It is iCarly in the future. It's not a different show. It's not even really an adult iCarly. It's just, let's take these characters and now the viewers are older. Let's just make a show, the same show as before, just with an older target audience. And they did that and they accomplished it so well. They didn't lose, because if they tried to make iCarly into an adult show, they would have lost the humor that iCarly has. Like, iCarly is supposed to be ridiculous. That's why I was on Nickelodeon. It's supposed to be ridiculous. You can't lose that even if you're targeting an older audience. And they didn't. They didn't make it boring. They didn't make it all wham wham, typical adult drama. Nobody gives a fuck. They didn't do that. They kept it the same. It's that they used the same ridiculous villains, the same ridiculous adversaries. It does really feel like Carly and crew in the future. It doesn't feel like this could never happen. It is also isn't too predictable because we do have 2 new people in their little community gang thing. And they bring in just enough nostalgia bait to keep in it, and the whole show is nostalgia bait, but they bring in enough old characters from iCarly to like have it make sense, like how Principal Franklin was in the last episode. The last episode, the one with the girl boss leap in bullshit, don't join those things. That episode I think is my favorite. It was so funny. It was so funny. And how they made her the villain, like she's ridiculous, obviously, like iCarly villains are, but that's like realistic. That like villain story, pretty accurate actually. And I like how they do that because now like we're adults, we know how the real world works, we know how that's actually pretty accurate. Mining women's data in the name of like feminism, yeah, people do that all the time. So I like that. It's iCarly for adults, and they didn't lose it, and that's something I was worried about because I love iCarly. So when I heard the announcement of the reboot, I said I don't know, maybe don't touch that one. But I'm glad they did, because this continuance actually makes me very happy, and I like where they all have gone in their lives. And they didn't make everyone too perfect, i.e. Freddie is still a complete mess. So it's realistic. No, I really like this reboot. I have a fun time watching it. There are black people on it. I have a really fun time watching the iCarly reboot. And there's 8 episodes out thus far. I don't know how many in the season, my bad. But I enjoy the reboot. I have a lot of fun watching it. I wait to binge it though. I don't watch it weekly. I like having 2 episodes to watch at once. I like having at least 2 to watch at once, and then I continue watching the show. So those are my thoughts on the iCarly reboot, which I actually think is really good. I would rate it, honestly, we haven't seen the whole show. I'm giving it 9 out of 10 so far. I love it. I love it. I think it's hilarious. So that's all. Those are my thoughts on the iCarly reboot. Now we're switching gears completely, actually. The next reboot, the second and the last reboot I want to talk about is the Gossip Girl reboot. So if you've been living under a rock, Gossip Girl got rebooted onto HBO Max. They just rebooted it, different characters, but they all like mirror old characters. Here's my disclaimer. I have never watched Gossip Girl past season 2. I always get to a point in season 2 and I get so bored. I'm so sorry. I always get to a point in season 2 and I get so bored. I have tried watching that show 5 times and I always get to season 2 and never finish it. So my sincerest apologies. So all of what I'm about to say is coming from someone who did not watch the original. I don't think I can watch it. I want to watch it eventually because I want to know how Dan ends up being Gossip Girl. Sorry, it's a 10-year-old show though, so I'm not really spoiling much. I wonder, I'm trying to figure out how that makes sense. I've heard it doesn't, so I don't think I need to watch the show then and confuse myself. But I want to know what happens to those characters because it's pretty interesting, but wherever I get to the show, it bores me to tears. Bores me to tears. Bores me to tears. But, so, that's my little disclaimer before Gossip Girl. Before I talk about each of these characters. I have strong opinions. We're on episode 3 right now. The show is good. It's good. It's like fair. It's a teen drama. It's a good teen drama. Like it's not, you know, exceptional, but it's not awful. It's a very solid teen drama. Okay. First character I want to talk about first, I said first twice, is Aki. We don't really know much about him. As of what, we don't know that much about him, so I don't have a strong opinion on his character. But if I had to pick, it'd be more positive, it'd be more leaning towards liking him. I'm very neutral on him right now. The reason why, he seems like he's the neutral peacemaker all the time and he doesn't pick a side, and that frustrates Audrey as it would a lot of people, right? And I'm wondering what they're going to do with that. What they're going to, are they going to keep him the peacemaker? Like, especially with how this like love triangle is working. Is he gonna stay like that? Because it's not giving that he's going to. Or is the drama gonna make him force him, like push him into a corner to like make a decision or admit something, or like be unable to keep the peace and eventually like lash out? Especially because like this is an actual love triangle and not the rays that most television shows consider, and books consider love triangles. Will he have to abandon his peaceful self? I hope so for the drama. Because I feel like Aki got some things to say. I think he has some things to say, and I think he wants to let them out, and let them out, because bottling them up, it's not helping. And I know he's like, I'm neutral, and I like that, I appreciate that, but I'm wondering, because they keep making it a point how neutral it is he gonna drop that? Is he gonna drop that like immediately? I think Aki's character is fine. I have no problems. I have no like issues. I also have no like, that's my brother. Like I have none of that either. But I think his character is fine. Evan Mock does a fine job. Like, it is what it is. It's a teen drama. You know, I'm not expecting too much. It's fine. It's a good. He's good at this. All right. I'm really interested though if it's gonna be like a, I'm the peacemaker forever, or I've been the peacemaker for 3 episodes and that's getting annoying. Let me say what's on my mind. I hope it's the second one for dramatic purposes only. But his life, We don't know anything about his home life. Same thing with Luna and Mo. I'm gonna get to them in a second. We don't know anything about their home life. I need to know why because is he forced to be the peacemaker because of what's going on in his home? I need to know, right? I need to know more. Aki's kind of this right now. Let me inside. There. Next character I want to talk about is Max. I love this character. I knew because I've seen Thomas Doherty in Descendants 2. First of all, I love Descendants 2. I love that movie. That's the only thing I've seen him in, I'm pretty sure. And when I saw that he was playing like the new Chuck, I was like, he's gonna be incredible. He does that really well. He does like it's charming. It's charisma. He does it really, really well. I appreciate a good instigator, guys. Especially one who relishes in it and wears like a badge of honor instead of throwing rocks and hiding their hands. I really appreciate that. And this asshole cocky shit I think it's hilarious. And that's how Thomas plays the character. Again, I didn't watch past season 2 of the original Gossip Girl, but he's supposed to be like the new Chuck, right? So Chuck, in the 2 seasons I've watched, again, is like a charming asshole. That's what Chuck is. Mostly asshole, little drop of charming. Thomas, Chuck cared less about being charming. If it happened, it happened. Like, if it happened, it happened. He didn't really need to, from what I've watched, again, just two seasons. Thomas plays Max equally charming, it's a little bit of asshole behavior, but sometimes it's necessary. Especially with his father, that was necessary, all right? I don't think that's very asshole behavior. I think that's actually very fair. And just. I'll get back to that in a second. How he plays both sides of his character equally, I think it's really engaging to watch on screen. I think as of right now, because episode 3 just ended, Max needs to heal. He can't. I don't think they're gonna let him. I think he's gonna just act like his dad's breaking up didn't affect him, even though he just broke down. Because he couldn't handle being forced to carry both Aki and Audrey's secrets. And then here's my tangent for his father. His cheating, trifling, nasty, low-down father. You have some nerve. First off, I'm not saying that. You are wicked. So cheating, he's wicked for that. He's wicked for his reasoning. Very wicked, evil man. But they cut away from the scene way too fast. I wanted to jump through and wring his neck. Had the audacity to turn to Max, your child, and be like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? What do you mean? Did we all not go to elementary school? Did we all not learn that every problem has a cause? So why blame someone who's not the cause? Did Max need to do any of that? No, but he did. Because you are the cause. If you didn't cheat, if you weren't nasty, if you weren't a horrible person, there would be nothing for Max to expose to your husband. Basic, what is that principle in mathematics? Cause and effect. So why you would look at Max and I know why, selfishness, deflecting blame, avoiding accountability. Now you're kicked out. Bye. Now you're kicked out. I hope you find no happiness in your life. That's my tangent on his father. I really enjoy Max as a character. I think he's funny. I think he doesn't give a fuck. I want to see more of his friendship with Julian. I really liked their scene together in the last episode, but we'll see. So those are my thoughts on Max. Next character I want to talk about is Obie. I think Obie's revolting. One, let's just get this out of the way. Was Julian correct in doing what she did to Zoya? No, she was being a dick. She was being an asshole. I'm not denying that. So you are justified with breaking up with her for that reason. But that wasn't your reason, was it? Your reason was, I've been wanting to do this for a long time, but why not? Why not? Why didn't you? I don't really know what he wanted her to say to that. He looked as if he was wanting to evoke a response. What kind of response? If you've wanted to do this for the past couple of months, why didn't you? It's giving wimp. Gotta be honest. Gotta be honest. You were too scared to break up with her this whole time because you thought she was this like horrible villain. Then why are you still dating her? If you think she's a horrible, doesn't that make you a horrible person by association? If you think she's this like inconsolable, that the way he was describing her, making her sound like what she did wasn't correct. But let's back off. Let's back off a little bit, because what moral compass do you have to sit on? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So that doesn't make any sense. Then that's actually not your ex-girlfriend's little sister. Your ex-girlfriend's little sister. That they had a whole we're sisters, let's fight against the world together moment. They conspired to get them at the same school. That's who you wanted to date next? Is it wrong? You can have that conversation. I think it's grimy. And I don't like him for doing this that reason. I don't like him and Zoya together. Not so much. I think what he's doing is grimy, but mostly because I don't like him. I don't like him. Get away from Zoya. Get away from all of them. Because I don't want this to sound like I want him back together with Julian. No, that needs to be eradicated at the root, burnt at the stake. That's not what I'm talking about. I need him to get away from Zoya though. Get away from them. I need you to understand that episode 3, Zoya, your ex-girlfriend's little sister, had to tell you that you were a little bit cruel and unnecessary to Julian. You didn't want to reflect on your past relationship before jumping into a new one, and a new one with your ex-girlfriend's little sister at that. And from what I'm seeing, and the clips that I've seen of like later episodes, I think, you've changed moment is coming from Obie, and let me tell you right now, I have begun collecting tomatoes to throw at the screen because I don't want to hear it. You've changed, Zoya. You can't control her. I don't know who she's gonna become. I don't know, but she's changing herself. She's developing as a person, and you can't control that. What do you want from Zoya? Because I'm getting red flags all over the place from Obie personally. Why ex-girlfriend's little sister? He's doing a lot. He gives performative, but again, I think he's like 15, 16. I don't remember. So like all he can do is talk. I don't know if he really can control his parents' money. All he really can do is talk, but he still likes to talk a lot. I don't like this character. I'm getting the red flag has been waved since episode 1. Just in the background. And he's done some bad stuff, but I'm like, when the red flags were there. Don't like this man. I don't like this man. I don't like his presence on the screen. The actor does a really good job because I really don't like this character. So he's doing a really phenomenal job. I really don't like this character. Yeah, Obie, go to hell. Get away from Zoya. Get away from Julian. Why did Zoya have to be the one to tell you that maybe it was also hard for Julian to date you? Why did she have to be, you didn't think, why get into a new relationship without even doing one day of reflection on what you may have contributed to your old one, that contributed to the ending of your old one? It doesn't make any sense to me. Whatever. So those are my thoughts on Obie. So, it smells stink. Don't like it. Don't like him. Next two characters that I want to talk about, I'm talking about Luna and Monet. I'm putting them both together because as of right now, they have no separate personalities that much, which I don't like, but it's just episode 3. These girls are the real brains behind the operation. It's really funny. It's really funny how Julian's a figurehead, I guess. But her leaving her phone at home, that last episode, maybe she wants to take some control back. I don't really know if she wants that. We'll see. Secondly, I hope they're writing it that they're her managers and like PR persons and everything like that on their resumes for college, because they're doing a job. The two of them are doing a job. They're there to do a job. They're not friends with nobody. Who are these people? I guess what I thought is they were all like friends since birth, right? Monet and Luna seem to be there for Julian and Julian only, which I don't mind. I would as well, but I don't think they're friends. I don't think any of them are friends. One, these two are mean. These two are mean. These two are mean. So everyone who's been talking about, I want mean girls back, come get your juice. I hope we're not complaining, because this is what you've been asking for. This is what you've been asking for. They're very, very mean. Monet taking pictures of Audrey's mom having a complete meltdown and then making it her phone background. They don't like each other. You're not gonna tell me that these two, that they've been friends since birth or whatever. They don't like each other. I literally think Audrey doesn't like them. Audrey doesn't like them, and they don't like her because of Julian. They're in competition over Julian. That's what my reasoning is for it. Maybe we'll see that like answered later. I'm not sure yet. But from what I'm interested in what they're going to do with their characters. I need to know the family history. I need to know the family tree. I need to know what's happening, what the family drama is. Because as of right now, they're kind of just terrorizing Zoya for a reason. It's unclear, because is Zoya a threat to Julian? I don't think so at all. The only threat is that she's dating her ex, right? But how is being like I don't know what the reason is right now. It's not too clear. Like, why do you have to take Zoya down? They tried to do the whole, like, Luna tried to be like, you know, the fairy godmother for Zoya, and that scene was so funny. She just had Botox in her purse. That was so funny. But I'm like, what is your reasoning for doing this? I know they're gonna be like, oh, Julian, we're protecting Julian. Is that? Because I don't really know how this is really helping matters. Because if you focus your attention on like trying to destroy Zoya's brand and you leave Julian's brand just kind of in fumbling territory, how is that better, right? How is it, how is it not also keeping Zoya's name on the timeline? Zugly? I didn't like that, but you know, it's Gossip Girl. It's not Teen Beach Movie. But that was fun. You know, I think they're fun. I think Luna is every line she said, I've laughed. Monet, amazing woman. What an amazing woman. What an amazing woman. I love their line delivery, both of them. Because all they do is like quick little clips, and I like it. I think it's fun. Again, let me know what's going on at home, because I need to know the reasoning behind why they do the things that they do. As of right now, I'm just getting pretty perfect mean girls, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I'll take everything that I can get, but I would like to know more, because it's teetering into cruel. It's not. It's been into cruelness, but 3 episodes later, they're dating. Let's move on and let's fix Julian. Let's aid with her. We're expending a lot of our energy onto Zoya when does it really matter? Especially because, does Zoya want to be like an influencer? Does she want to be famous? It's just because she's dating him, which also, like, why wouldn't you think about that before starting a relationship with your ex-girlfriend's little sister? Whatever. But everyone else's home life is explained except them and Aki. And I'm like, we're getting to that, right? Because I need the explanation. Please don't leave us in the dark. I can't be left in the dark for an entire season. Can't, because because there's a reason why. I just want to know what the reason why is. And we'll get there. Let me not be impatient. We'll get there, because right now the mean little one-liners are hilarious. But I want to see more. I want to know more about these two characters, Luna and Monet, because they're fabulous. And I'm fabulous, so I want to learn more about fabulous characters, of course. So those are my thoughts on Luna and Monet. They're mean. They're so mean. They're so mean. They're so mean. It's so fun. Luna is so funny. They're both so funny. Okay, those are my thoughts on Luna and Monet. Next character I want to talk about is Audrey. I have absolutely no opinion on Audrey. This is the only character that I'm very truly neutral about. I think nothing. That's not true. I think her and Aki will be fine. Whether that's as friends, whether that's as together in a relationship, whether that's in a throuple, I don't think that throuple would work. But I think they'll be fine with each other, because what the problem with that is Max needs to get that out. He couldn't hold on to that for too long. Max needs to figure out his own home life and figure out how to address those issues. I don't think he couldn't sustain being that messy and being that big of an instigator for like 3 different plot lines for too long, which is why he crashed, you know? Maybe that means he'll leave Aki and Audrey alone for a couple minutes, or that means he will delve deeper into that. We'll see. But also, do you guys want to be left alone? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm very neutral on Audrey because she hasn't really done much for me to have a true opinion on. I don't have an opinion on her cheating on Aki because he cheated on her too, so I have no opinion on that. She hasn't really done much. I don't think she likes nobody in this crew except for Julian and Aki. That's what I want to talk about with her. She don't like Monet. Oh, she don't like Monet. She don't like Luna either, and she doesn't like Zoya at all. So, because every time like Luna or Monet is speaking just to Julian, Audrey has a stank look on her face. Every time Julian is speaking to Zoya, she has a stank look on her face. Anytime Julian's not speaking to her, Audrey has a stank look on her face. What's the problem? What's the problem? She had a lot when Zoya was around the 15 minutes. Lots of attitude. What's going on? I know what's going on. It's a little much, but I'm very neutral on her because I want. Where are they going to take her? What's going to happen? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, next character that I want to talk about is Zoya. I like Zoya, and that's it. I don't feel too strongly about Zoya right now. I need Obie to get away from her. I want her and Julian to be friends again. I like the sisters take on the world thing, but you know, we're not there yet. That's fine. That's fine. You know, it makes sense that they're on the outs right now. Some mess is happening. That's fine. I want Obie away from her, but I'm not too worried about when they're in the relationship because she has no problem telling him off. She better not have a problem with her telling him off because I thought that's why you liked her. I better not see any of that in episodes in the future, but I know I will because that's what Obie's gonna talk. All he does is talk. Nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing else. Just this. Even though he doesn't talk that often, which I like. But I don't like where that's heading. You've changed. You're different. You act different. You act like her. I don't like where that's where this seems like this is going. But Zoya seems to be able to handle her own, which is why I like her character. What else? Her privating her Instagram account. Yeah. Do you want to be an influencer? I don't think so. I don't know why this is being forced upon her. I think it's because she's dating Obie, but like, who cares? Who cares? He's famous. The ex is famous. You don't gotta be famous. Private the account. This is the 2 things in the show that I was like, finally. Max blocking Gossip Girl the instant that started happening because as you should. That's immediately what you should do. And secondly, Zoya privating her Instagram account. Yes, let's solve the problems. I look like I'm wearing no shirt. No, this is here on this side. So let's solve the actual issue. I like that. And I was like, okay, you guys might know what you're doing. But then they have the teachers who don't know anything at all, but we'll get to them in a second. But those are my thoughts on Zoya. I like her. That's really it. Let's see where it goes. Let's see where it goes. And then the last character I want to talk about is Julian. I really like Julian. I think she's really cool. I think Julian is super cool. I think she's different. They could have done the traditional like influencer thing. They could have done that, but they're trying to make her character have more layers or whatever. And then people are like, well, it doesn't make any sense that she's nice. And I'm like, well, Julian's not supposed to be she's not supposed to be the mean one. Guys, what show are you watching? I don't know. People on Twitter anyway. What show are you watching? She's not supposed to be the mean one. That's the point. That's the point. But I like that point that they made. Her sending that play invitation to her dad's girlfriend, I'm sorry, made me respect her more. Because that's a woman that I respect. And when she told the girlfriend that you shouldn't be with someone who doesn't want to be seen with you in public, yeah, I already liked her, but that I said, this is, yeah, Julian's one of my favorites. She hasn't done the mean girl shit since the first episode. Not really, like that's definitely Monet and Luna's job. And she doesn't have to do that shit, right? We can see her, like, she doesn't have to, because they're doing it. We can see her, like, I liked her relationship with Max. I liked that whole them running around the city together, that self-discovery on a school night. That was crazy. She was doing all types of things on a school night. Good for you. But I really enjoyed that. It kind of let us see a different side of her a little bit, I think. And yeah, she hasn't done that mean girl shit in a while, which I appreciate. Because I'm like, they could have gone that route, but like, we've seen that time and time again. Influencer is mean. Okay. Like, okay. Well, that been done before. So I like that they took a little bit of a different path, but it got to the same place because someone's still being mean to somebody else. So I mean, it's Gossip Girl, so don't really know what you're expecting. Okay, last group of characters that I want to discuss are the teachers. I don't know any of the teachers' names. They're all pathetic, but the blonde, a 15-year-old ruined your self-esteem. Was there any to begin with? No. Let's not blame the 15-year-old. Let's not blame the 15-year-old did not like your blazer from Zara. I don't think the 15-year-old ruined your self-esteem. You can't ruin something that's not there. Step one. Sorry. Then you create a Hollister shade room to get revenge on, let me check my notes, children born in 2005. That's weird. We are, making the account, signing into the account on our personal phones in the middle of the hallway during parent-teacher conferences and during school hours. What? That doesn't make any sense. No, on your personal phone and your personal accounts. And these are the same teachers who don't know how Instagram works, who don't know, you thought you were going to tweet something and people would just see. That doesn't make any sense. They seem to not really understand how social media works, or the writers just don't like Twitter, which is very, very possible. I would agree with them. And we go on to Instagram. Then we don't understand how to operate Gossip Girl. They think that just because they got the writing down, how Gossip Girl writes, that means they got Gossip Girl down. No. That's not what that means. You're not social media savvy, as you could very clearly tell. So you want to create a Hollister shade room, but you don't even want to do research into very basic social media etiquette and trends. You're not spending your time working on lesson plans, so I thought you could spend your time on this. I was wrong. Amanda was completely correct. We see that our fellow brown colleague, our fellow colleague of color, is so mentally and emotionally drained from, one, her husband being wrongfully fired, and two, from running Abercrombie and Snitch on a bunch of 15-year-olds, and we are going to exploit her emotional vulnerability and her family's instability to set her up to take the fall. Where do you start with that? Like, where do you start with that? Where am I supposed to start with that? Which path? Which path? Sound the racist alarm bells, because it didn't need to be that teacher. It didn't need to be that teacher at all. We've been sounding the racist alarm bells for a little while now, because why Zoya? Why Zoya? Zoya is new. Zoya didn't make fun of your ugly ass blazer. Zoya didn't knock into you when walking. Zoya is not involved in any of that at all. But the whole cyberbullying attack, the target is on the 14-year-old that just moved here. like you guys just want a power trip. This is not about a band of ragtag teachers getting one up against the rich, arrogant students. No. It's about very sad millennials wanting to get back power in their lives. That's what that is. That's what all that is. That's what all that is. It's, you picked Zoya. That's racist. Why Zoya? Why did you need to expose all of Zoya's secrets? Why you deleted the pictures of, that's what they moved past this real quick. Deleted the pictures of Julian and friends and your dad and this person's dad and the fighting, but you still kept all of Zoya's secrets. What's your beef with Zoya? Zoya's done literally nothing to, do you see the problem? What has Zoya done to you? I think you're taking out your anger on the wrong person. And I think you're taking it out on her because she's an easy target. You've read her file. You interviewed her for the scholarship and still you said, let us ruin Zoya's life. Even though she's never, even if a teenager made fun of you, your Zara blazer, shouldn't justify unleashing, because you're not only cyberbullying them yourself, you're setting up, like the teachers are responsible for that Zugly hashtag, right? The teachers are in part responsible for that. So you're not only just cyberbullying yourself as an adult, you are sending droves of teenagers to also cyberbully. My computer's about to die. So everything you're doing is wrong. Everything you're doing is wrong. 2 videos in a row. I don't know what's wrong with my computer. Because it never usually dies this fast. Like, why that teacher? I'm sorry, I know what the response Pacific's Hive. I know that Pacific's Hive is about to say. Pacific's Hive is about to say, well, Amanda, the secret that they had was about her husband's, job. I implore you to ask yourself if the woman who looks like her name is Agatha, she sticks her head in everybody's business. She seems to know everybody's business. You couldn't find out another secret? I think you could. I think you just didn't want to. I think that woman who seems to have her claws in everything, she knows a little bit too much. Could have found somebody else's secret. You could have set up somebody else. You could have set up one of the white ones. The 3 of you banded together to take her down? So which layer do you want me to start with the teachers? None. 0, because grown adults, not only the teacher as Gossip Girl is sad. That is sad. That is very, very pathetic. Maybe it's on brand. I don't know. It's very, very pathetic. Not only you let 15-year-olds talk to you sideways, not only do you internalize the 15-year-olds talking to you sideways, this is how you get revenge? Anonymously. Can't even say nothing to their face. Holding them accountable anonymously. Can't say anything to their face. They went on a rant. We're holding the parents and students accountable. You're holding the parents accountable by cyberbullying a 14-year-old that you already know is having problems fitting in at your school, that you interviewed in a scholarship interview because you knew she was too poor to afford this school. She's not like the rest of these kids, and you still pick on her. Why? Why? I don't know. I don't know. Teachers, low down and nasty, old and I'm gonna call, you're exhibiting hag behavior, so I'm gonna call them old. They're probably not that old, but I'm sorry, you internalize what 15-year-olds say about your fashion choices. Old and insecure. Don't blame the children. That's an insecurity within yourself. Don't blame the children. Don't blame the children. Sorry. Okay. And then someone's gonna be a different specific type person and be like, well, the kids are mean to the teachers. Children are mean. Children are mean. You're teaching high school. I'm sorry. You thought kids were gonna be kind to you? I'm sorry. Should they be nicer to you? Absolutely. Should they make fun of your clothes? No. Should they make fun of your hair? I mean, look at your haircut. But no, they shouldn't do that. But they're also 15. You were born in 1990. Or earlier, actually. So I don't really know what you want me to do about that. Tragic. It's giving you guys need to find, maybe teaching is not for you. If you can't handle a 16-year-old being like, your blazers from Zara, ew, maybe you shouldn't teach. And the teacher that they got fired seemed to be the only person who actually cared about being a teacher, because why is she the first person to bring up the fact that they could lose their jobs anytime, lose everything they've ever worked for? Oh, that's why. Everyone else is white. That whole dinner conversation is weird in so many ways. One, because of how they were like acted like she was overreacting to being scared about her job. One. Two, the white man going on a rant about privilege and power. That was weird. I know what they meant, but that was still weird. Someone else could have led that conversation. And three, I'm back again to these three. You went and saw how emotionally raw and vulnerable your fellow colleague and her husband were, and you went back home and exploited that and hatched your little plan. Prison. I don't know. But no. End it now. Cease communication. I hate this. They gonna be in the whole show? Are they gonna be caught by the end of part 1 and then we get a new Gossip Girl for part? Please, because good golly. A 15-year-old said she didn't like my clothes. I'm now gonna spend every waking moment trying to literally terrorize and cyberbully fellow children. Whatever. Whatever. So those are my thoughts on the Gossip Girl reboot. So yeah, those are my thoughts on both the iCarly reboot and the Gossip Girl reboot. Sorry for kind of hodgepodging them together. I don't have time to film 2 videos, but that was really fun. We've only seen a couple episodes of Gossip Girl, so like take my opinions just as the same thing as yours. Like just I watched the same 3 episodes you did. Those were just my opinions. Watch the same episodes you did for the iCarly one. Those are just my opinions. And yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the iCarly reboot and the Gossip Girl reboot thus far. Let me know if you like them, if you think they're doing the original justice. I forgot. Gossip Girl reboot. I did not watch the original. So don't even talk about it. What are you guys so mad about? About it being different from the original. One, the show is not... I don't know what you guys mean by woke. I don't know what you guys mean by that anymore. Do you mean that there's just more black people in it? Is that what you mean? Because this show is... The teachers are cyberbullying teenagers. The teachers went and followed students and took a picture of them naked in a window. The teachers are creeps. The kids in this show are mean. What do you mean by that? I don't really know. Teachers in the show are really mean. Not the teachers. The people in the show are mean. They're not holding back their cruelness. It's giving Wicked still. I don't think that changed because we just rebooted the show. That's one. Two, like, what do you guys mean? I don't really know what you guys mean by all that. I don't know. I didn't watch the original. I don't have an emotional connection to the original, but like, calm down about the wokeness. I guess it's a reboot. Why would the show be the same as didn't Gossip Girl start in 2005? How would a teen drama in 2021, if a teen drama cannot just replicate, it's not 2005 anymore. It's not 2005 anymore. We can't make a show like a show was made in 2005. I think it's 2005, 2006. That can't, or if it was later, I didn't watch the original. You can't do that. So I don't know what the confusion is about. And also calm down. It's 3 episodes. It's a reboot. It's a solid teen drama. Calm it down. Yay! It's a little much. That's a little much. So yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are on both reboots. Tell me in the comments and etc. And yeah, that's it in my video. Thank you guys so much for watching. So if you would like to follow me on social media, here's my Twitter and my Instagram. And if you would like to check out my recent videos, they should be on your screen right about now. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.